Hi guys and welcome to Zero Car Show. Today I'm driving the brand new Hyundai H1 People. Yes, it's a van. And if you saw the review with the Toyota van that I drove, the Pro Ace Verso if you prefer, a few months ago, you might have noticed by now that I like vans. I don't know, I just like them. I find them very practical. It's a van, yes, of course it's practical. But that's not the point. Let's get to the review. We'll talk a bit about design, which will be really short. We'll talk a bit about the interior, the options, the space. Oh my god, the space. And we'll also talk about specs and what this car feels like to drive on a daily basis, especially in a town. It's a city. In a city like Brussels, which is crowded, small, many people, and how does it feel to drive a van in a modern crowded city? So to do that, I propose we take this car for a quick drive. I'm kidding, I'm just gonna take it for a very slow paced drive, and yeah, let's go. So the Hyundai H1 People, what does it look like? Well, it's a van, so it's not gonna be the most sporty or luxurious design. It's just a van. It's a plain old van. It looks a bit better than the previous model. The back is not that much different, but I like the front. I honestly like the front. I think it's a very successful design for a van. And what I also like about the car is the fact that it has doors on both sides, you know, sliding doors. It's really practical. You know, it's a tiny feature, a tiny detail, but it does make a whole world of a difference when, well, you're loading stuff or people. It's really practical and useful. But of course, I won't be talking 10 hours about this car's design. You can see the pictures, you can see everything. It's a good looking van from the front. I honestly I'm not a fan of the back, but that's just me. What about the interior? Well, this version is pretty basic. I mean, you don't have all the leather, the stuff, the materials and everything. So what about the design? Well, it's very simple. It's not very sophisticated. The Pro Ace Verso had a more interesting interior design, also better options. We'll get to that in a second. But that doesn't mean it's bad. It's very utilitarian. It's a van. It's very, you know, basic. It has a lot of plastic. But, you know, it's not a luxury van, it's a working man tool, and there's a lot of sun. I'm sorry if I'm overexposed. Now, the seats are very comfortable. I won't lie to you, those seats are comfortable, and you have enough support. Again, it's not the most luxurious sportive seats in the world, but it's okay, it works fine. I've done, what, about 700 kilometers with this car, and very comfy in the back as well. But before talking about comfort and space and practicality stuff, let's quickly go over options, because there aren't that many, to be honest. There's no cruise control, there's literally nothing except AC and a radio, which you can connect your phone to by jack or USB. You have thus one USB port, and that's pretty much it. You got air in the back, of course you got air in the back, and you know, it's very basic. You just got the steering wheel, the air, the radio, the gear lever, and that's it, pretty much it. Yeah, and seats, of course, seats, wheels, you know, the basics. So yeah, that's it for options. No rear parking camera on this one I have right here, no sensors, no nothing. That's something that I'm kind of missing on this van, because it's not all that short. It's the long wheelbase, it's for 8 people, and I would have liked at least something that tells me, well, you're not gonna hit the car behind you, because Brussels, it's lateral parking, most of it, and yeah, it's not that easy. It's not that hard. You get good visibility in this van, but it's not that easy either. Now again, I'm a bit off track, but I say let's move on to practicality. This is the 8-seater version. You get 6 seats. You have many different versions, which you can browse on the Hyundai Belgium's website. Very well explained. You'll see all the configurations you have. You also have it as a utilitarian, pure, like 3 seats or just 2 seats, and then just cargo space. So this car will most probably accommodate all your space needs. To me, it was really important to see if I could fit 8 people comfortably in this car, and yes you can. It's very easy to access the third row seats. They're also comfortable. You have like 2 seats joined together, a tiny bench plus another seat, which they all move and they recline. It's all very pleasant experience. And even with all these seats, you still have enough trunk space, in my opinion. It's wide enough, it's very, very tall, and you get enough depth in your trunk. So overall, very, very practical. But yes, it's a van, of course it's practical, Gabriel. I know. That's why I like them. Now that's it about practicality, let's talk specs. This particular model comes with the 2.5 diesel engine. It's a turbo, of course, and a 5-speed automatic. Most people will probably pick the manual. I kind of like this automatic. I think it works really well with this car, especially if, like me, you'll drive it mostly in town. It's very, you know, smooth, easy to drive. It's just a 5-speed. Yes, I would have loved something more modern, but then again, it's solid, good old technology that won't fail you when you need it the most. What about horsepower? Well, it has 170 horses, which is a hefty amount of horses for a van. 0 to 100 will take you... You thought I was gonna... I don't know, I haven't tested that. I didn't even check the numbers because... Really, guys? Really? Why? Why would you be interested in a 0 to 100 in a van? Come on, diesel van. Fuck's sake. But a detail for which I haven't forgot to test is fuel economy. You know, fuel economy is pretty good for a van this size. With an engine that still produces 170 horses, you also get 136 horses, but why would you? Yes, taxes. But then again, yeah, taxes. I guess the 136 makes more sense in Belgium. But still, we have the 170 and I like it. So, fuel economy. We're at around 10 liters in town and somewhere around 8 on the highway. I would put the average consumption at 9 and still be conservative. I guess you could get lower, but I honestly have driven this car slowly, normally, and I mean, not to get the best fuel economy, but like normally, not accelerating stuff. It's a van, come on, you get the point. So yeah, those are my numbers, which I think are pretty good because the engine is larger than usual for a European van. Most of them nowadays in this segment, they get a 2-liter. This gets a 2.5. It's torquey and I like it. Let's just get to the point. I like the engine. So now, the question, the most important question of them all. How does this car feel to drive? As I was saying, I kind of miss the parking assist systems, which like the beep beeps thingy, the sensors and the camera, or anything like that, that could at least help me to see what's happening behind, because it's still a van and it would have been nice. Besides that, since this car is the automatic version, no issue. It's just, it drives like a car. It really drives like a car. Yes, if you want to take a sharper turn, don't do it. I mean, just pay attention. The suspension is not in any way sporty. It's very comfortably set, you know, it's bouncy. I like it. It's very good for daily driving, but don't push your luck. Besides that, I don't have much to say, you know. It's a van. I like this engine better than the Proace Versos, because it was a 2-liter, 150 horses, and it was a manual. Honestly, it was a very good car. And when you compare it, let's say we have to compare these two. Options wise, Toyota wins by far. But the rest, I kind of prefer the design, especially in the front of this car. The car feels a bit more spacious, more aerated, you know, you get, like, I don't know. It's good, you know, overall it's good. And how does it feel to drive? Well, rear-wheel drive versus front-wheel drive. This is rear, the other one is front. I have a thing for rear-wheel drive vans ever since the GMC American vans and all that. I don't know, I know they're slow, and it's just in my mind, if the van is rear-wheel drive, it will perform better, and it kind of does. In a way, because you don't get any tunnel here in the middle, so it's, you know, all flat. It's a van. I prefer rear-wheel drive. I feel like the car behaves better on the road. Again, not a sporty test drive or anything, but still, it matters the way it feels, and you know, less shake in the wheel. You can kind of enjoy it more, and with the horses and etc., it accelerates well. Pretty much, I told you, this drives like a car, like a plain old car, except it's longer, a little, and way taller, but just like a car. And that's what I enjoy about vans of today, is that they're not like those vans we used to have back in the days, which were a pain to drive. Some of them had no AC and not even like a radio. It was all optional. You know, those cars, they're cars now. They're more practical cars. If you have a family and you need 7 seats, don't get an SUV. you won't have 7 seats in a SUV. Get a van, you know, get a Vito, get this one, get I don't even know, get the Toyota, get the Renault Traffic, anything else. It's actually more practical, not even as practical. It's more practical, it makes more sense. You'll pay less in taxes because you might be able to register it as a utility vehicle, and I know it's less pricey to run, especially here in Belgium. So what's the upside of owning a 7-seater SUV? Yeah, it looks cooler, bro. I know it looks cooler, but that's just it. So yes, if you get the car for the looks, don't get a van. You know, it's just a van. But practicality-wise, nothing beats a van. That's the conclusion, which is a very plain one, because of course nothing beats a van practicality-wise. Yeah. Now I guess it's time for me to say bye-bye, because I've said everything I had to say about this van. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave a comment down below or mail us or anything you want. Just get in touch with us. We'll make sure to answer all your questions. If I forgot something, it happens, you know, sometimes because, well, life. And yeah, just comment, mail, anything you want, DM on Instagram, whatever you prefer. Also, ooh, off-roady. Also, make sure to leave a big thumbs up. Well, because, you know, all this work and everything, I deserve a thumbs up. And make sure to subscribe for more. It matters so much to us, you can't even imagine. It's really important, it helps us. You know, it's all about numbers in the end, and how do we get cars? We show numbers, and that's how we get cars, get to make reviews. It's really important for us. That's the best way to support our channel. It's by subscribing and putting some likes, and you know, it's basic engagement. It won't cost you anything, it won't take you much time, and for us it means the world. So if you can afford the few seconds, please consider subscribing. As for me, I'm done for today. I'll see you next time. Bye. This is like double bye. Usually it's just one, now it's two.